Welcome to the Lion City. Welcome to Singapore. The name comes from Singa, which means lion, and Pura, which means city. I arrived around afternoon heading to the hotel, and I couldn't help but admire how the city blends the modern and the natural.
Apparently, there's a sort of a concert.
On the way out, I passed by the iconic Raffles Hotel, which you can see, and I started getting hungry. The weather was just right, not too hot, not too humid, as I remember Singapore. And I stumbled into two streets that I didn't know I'm heading to. The first one is Bali Lane, and the other one is Arab Street. The two are colorful spots that I had on my list but didn't expect to find so soon. The walls are covered in vibrant murals, and the streets are lined with cafes, bars, and restaurants buzzing with life. But I was on a mission food. I headed to Fatty Choy Eating House to try a traditional dish called Roxy Laksa. This is the restaurant on the inside. Laksa is a noodle soup famous in Singapore. It's made with rice noodles, prawns, fish cake, and a fragrant coconut based broth that's flavorful yet not too heavy. That bowl of laksa was the perfect end to my first day here with a glass of matcha elixir. After dinner, the sun was setting and the streets came alive with lights, making everything look even more beautiful. Shops were open, people were taking photos, and the vibe was perfect for grabbing a drink after dinner. But I had to wake up early, ready to see what day two in Singapore had in store to find out that.
So happy I brought snack with me because everything opens around 8 or 7:30. Imagine this is the only spoon I can find.
So first thing we're gonna do in the morning, we're gonna go to a place called Kun Kaya Toast, and apparently they make Singaporean breakfast. So let's see how it's gonna taste. For breakfast, I went with the classic Kaya peanut set, complete with soft boiled eggs and a cup of kosong ginger tea. I seasoned my eggs with soy sauce and white pepper, as is tradition, and it turned out delicious. By the time I left, the line outside had gotten super long, so come early. From there, I headed to the bus station. It started raining. After the bus dropped me at the bay, I walked over to the stunning super tree grove. You can even take the upper level skywalk for a small entrance fee, though walking around the grove itself is free and just as magical. Even without visiting the cloud forest or the flower dome, the park is an incredible place to enjoy nature. Do you see what I'm seeing? This sculpture is all made from trash material collected in Singapore. I continued across the bay on foot, soaking in the views. The contrast between the city's past and present was striking. People were jogging, listening to music, and the skyline rising beautifully above it all. This is what homies do. They are called cool resting areas and they work on sensors, so if you stand for 2 seconds under them, they turn on. You can also explore the city by bike, which is super convenient. Along the way, there are fresh orange juice machines scattered all over. I then entered a stunning hall open to the public, walking all the way to the famous Merlion statue, the iconic symbol of Singapore. Reality check. My next destination was Chinatown. I'll share the total walking distance later, but the goal was to experience the streets fully. And we arrived to Chinatown. Here we are at Maxwell Food Center. You wouldn't believe what I found. A Michelin star restaurant. I had to try the famous chicken rice. I went for the roasted version, which cost just 6 Singapore dollars.
Another queue.
I paired it with a fresh coconut. A little tip, if you have social anxiety, be prepared. You likely share a table with strangers, which can be a bit intimidating, but it's all part of the authentic center experience. The total of my lunch was 9, which is the riced chicken and the coconut drink, but you can actually, for one Singaporean, eat a rice dish. So it really depends on you, but you can find food at all budgets. While enjoying my food, I noticed a Vietnamese stall selling Indian pancakes called appam, and it's the first time I see them, so I decided to try the sweet version for dessert. My final stop was Pagoda Street, perfect for an architectural stroll. The streets are lined with colorful buildings, and I even spotted a mural that reminded me of a cartoon. If you recognize it, let me know. Conan. That wraps up my second day and in total 24 hours in Singapore. I hope you enjoyed following along and stay tuned for the next adventure. See you in the next vlog.